Lady LeLe back with another video, and this is another episode of Car Talk with Lady LeLe, and this is on the ride home. So wanted to bring back the car talks, y'all. I took a little hiatus from YouTube period, but we trying to get back into the swing of things. So anyway, I said I was gonna come on do a car talk because so much has happened in social media and just a lot of stuff. I just recently watched that that I Married, which was like a TikTok series that was done by I think her name is Reese T. So I was pretty much listening to that as I was like working, doing laundry, and it was a 50-part series. So but nevertheless, it was quite interesting. A lot of people say it was quite toxic, but interesting nevertheless. So what were my takes on it? So I understand that, and I'm with you all. Everybody wants to be loved. They want to love, be loved, get love. They want to be loved, and I'm all for it. I'm with y'all. But when we have to, how can I say this? We lose integrity for the sake of love. We let down our morals, values. We, let a lot of things ride just for the sake of love. And it shouldn't have to be that way. If you have a value, if you look a certain way, if you act and move a certain way, you should still be able to do it. Now, do people make you better? Yeah. Is there a such thing as compromise? Absolutely. But you supposed to get with people, and it supposed to be not an enhancement, not a hindrance. An enhancement, not a hindrance. It's supposed to be a blessing, not a burden. So my heart goes out to that young lady. And as people were saying, that was that real or was it fake? But the reality is, a lot of the stuff she was saying, that's a lot of people's reality though. And we all know somebody who went through that stuff. So it's like, whether you believe her or not, that actually happened to some people, which is quite sad. And it's all about the, stun in front, make it till you fake it. But lying and scheming, and yeah, I can't roll. I can't roll. And I really, honestly, me personally, from the outside looking in, I just thought she kind of moved too fast. Because ain't no way in hell you be in my place 2 weeks after we met. No, it was talking about, well, it was COVID. No, you would have been over at your place. I would have been at mine. And we'll meet in the middle outside with a mask on. Because they're still too fresh. Understand the lockdown. That's why it's called FaceTiming, talking on the phone, and meeting outside at the park. So, because I think they lived in the Atlanta area, which wasn't snow. They weather probably was a little warmer than ours at the time, but you didn't have to move that man in. Like, I understand there's a thing, certain instant connections. Yeah, but you gotta give things time and grace. And I think her problem was she didn't give it time and grace. And then there was like, the social media two profiles on social media and dating websites, that was already the first red flag. So yeah, but it's like everything about him was a facade. It's like, damn, you lied almost about everything aspect of you. Why? You know, just for the sake of love. What was the purpose? That's why I say, if you lied about everything, what was the purpose? Like, because you could be yourself and still have somebody. Because I know people out here who ain't about nothing in life, and they got somebody. No people that got no morals, no values, no jobs, nobody been in nobody's school, do nothing, and got whole relationships and families out here. So yeah, but I would love to do participate in like a group discussion about that with a co-ed group and get men and female perspectives. But they said that people said they saw the guy, somebody posted a picture, and there was some guy saying that's not him, but there was another guy saying it, you know, he felt it was disrespectful. He got outed, but yeah, it was just crazy. Between that, we had Usher in the Super Bowl. I liked it. You know, some people didn't like it. I like it. I think it was like a spinoff from his Vegas show, because I did went to the Vegas show. But I also thought it was like a tribute to black artists, black history, and there was different elements. Like people broke it down like he, you know, made a tribute to Michael Jackson, Josephine Baker, James Brown. It was Prince, and you know, he was paying homage to a lot of artists that went on home to Jordan. So it was a lot of black history and elements in there, in addition to the, you know, the Kappas and the HBCUs. Some people said they didn't like it. I thought it was fine. Now, did it blow you out the water? No. Was it good? It was good. It just, you know, it was okay. I mean, like we had Rihanna last year. The performance was okay. It's fine, you know, whatever. But when you talk about spectacular, not really, but it was cool. I no knocks to him. I like Usher. I really enjoyed his Vegas show. You know, he's selling the Usher concerts, which I need somebody to hook me up with a ticket or slide me into their suite. I gotta inquire about that. So, but yeah, but I just thought it was cool. They talked about Alicia Keys, and yeah, you know, Alicia getting a little older. Sometimes the voice cracks a little bit, but nevertheless, overall, and I think we were so hyped about the show and everything that actual Super Bowl game was boring to me. It was actually boring. So, I thought there were better playoff games that were better than you gonna go. It really wasn't your turn to go. But, you know, people don't know the rules of the road. But anyway, I thought some of the NFL playoff games was better and more hype than the actual Super Bowl. But, you know, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. And prayers out to their city, because they dealt with they had a shooting incident that took place during their parade, and some people lost their lives and got injured. So I'm do send my condolences to that family, and prayers like healing and speed recovery to those that were injured. But it's just so sad that you can't even go to celebrate. You know, this is a public thing. This is community affair to celebrate the accomplishments. And one thing, you know, the happiest time, you know, to celebrate your city's team winning a championship, that would end up like that in tragedy, you know. And then my mom was like, well, don't they have metal detectors? But you got to understand those parades and all that stuff. It's like outdoors. It's not like it's a stadium or arena where you can walk through. That was just outside in the public. So it was crazy, but you just got to be careful. That's why I tell everybody every morning, my prayer is shield of protection and coverage and traveling grace everywhere I go, for my family, my friends, my associates, and the youth. I be telling God, protect the youth that's out here, because the violence is real and just don't make no damn sense. So that every day I pray a day of coverage and grace and shield of protection every day. You don't stop. You never pray. You pray without ceasing. So I'm always praying for protection and coverage and grace, traveling grace. There's people out here, they just not Christ-like in these streets with the driving either. So yeah. Cat Williams and Monique. Baby, let me tell you something. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. You know what? Everybody is hating on him right now, but Shannon Sharp is rolling that dough, baby, off that YouTube and interviews. And, you know, everybody's talking about Cat Williams and the Monique's interviews, but I watched other interviews. I have not watched a Shannon Sharp interview in the Shay Shay Room that I did not like. Everybody thus far, you know, been interesting. So it's just Shannon Sharp got a certain charisma, but everybody's hating on him. Like, why is you hating on the dude? Because he came up, you know, on a concept and it's making him money. And I mean, everybody's hating on the man, questioning his sexuality, you know, for what? Bringing on people that spoke the truth. You know, what you want, a lie or the truth? The truth hurts, and that's the reality of it. Truth hurts, and some truth was said. So, yeah. In terms of Cat Williams, hey, it is what it is. He just exposed. They said 2024 is the year of people being exposed in more ways than one. So Cat says, since it's the year of exposure, let me do some exposure. But, you know, really having nobody, you know, people have came back and try to say something against Shannon Sharp, but you notice nobody really came back and said nothing to Cat Williams, if you pay that attention. You know, people been saying stuff about Monique, but nobody said nothing about Cat Williams. The Monique situation. I know people was in an uproar about what she said about her son and the husband, and I was listening to a podcast and they was saying, like, which was truth. They said, you don't stop being a parent. You know, there's not a rule to say you stop being a parent when the kid turn 18 or become an adult. And it's funny that somebody said that, because my mom always said it. She said, I'm always gonna be your mom. You could be 80 years old, and if I'm alive, I'm still your mom. You know, and they was just talking about, you know, Monique and her husband was talking about, oh, how they, you know, helped him with a down payment on his car and got the baby some clothes, and you a grown adult and blah, 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 blah. Well, a lot of people was on the podcast, they was saying that there's been times where they have bailed out their adult children, meaning loaning them money, or they got behind on some bills or some things and they loan them money or pay the bill or help them out. And I was like, yeah. And it was like, you know, we understand things happen and people get in a bind. And it was like, we don't have Monique money, and you don't, you know, people say if you got it, you don't complain, you try to help them out. And I'm like, I can totally relate, because there's been moments where my parents have bailed my grown ass out, you know, on some stuff. Like, you know, I was short on a bill or something happened, or, you know, I actually, you know, to tell the truth, being transparent, I got scammed out of some money, you know, a decent amount of money, a significant amount of money, and my parents in a Zelle scam. So my parents, you know, came to the rescue to help me out, you know, as I fought to get the money back. But, you know, they have helped. You're saying, like, you know, something happened, we don't want you to go to no extreme circumstances, or, you know, doing some weird stuff, that, you know, if we can help you, we can help you. They told me that a long time ago. So they were saying, like, a lot of parents help adult children. That's what's the consensus. A lot of parents bail out their adult children for a variety of different reasons. And, you know, whether it's good, they try to help them get on their feet. Because life happens, y'all. Life happens. And, like, people don't understand, especially if you single. It's hard. I was actually watching something that says, like, it is harder on single people. People figure, oh, you don't have kids. Yeah, I don't have kids. But all I got is to rely on myself. So it's like, I don't get those tax breaks. I don't get those incentives. I'm supposed to be able to carry a household by myself versus 2 people in a household who can split the bills. You know, that's them maybe being able to maintain 50% of their income. You know, depends on how they're structured. But people think, oh, you single with no kids and you got money. But you have to understand, I'm out here doing it by myself. And I can't afford to, you know, F around and find out, as they say, because, you know, I'm the backup. There's a thing about, like, I can't afford to mess up. I got to do well. I am the backup. So I'm with you on that. I am the backup. So people don't understand that, but I just really felt bad for Monique. And then at one point, but then, you know, like what she said about her son, and her son came back and he was just saying, like, you know, they didn't really have a relationship. He wanted to have a relationship with Monique's husband, but the husband like, no, you know your dad, you got a relationship with him. But have you ever heard of the term called bonus dad? You ever heard of that? Like, people can know who their daddies are, and they know that they identify if their mom, marry another guy, or they call it bonus dad, stepdad, bonus dad. So you mean to tell me just because he knew who his father was, his father may be in his life, you come be a bonus dad, you come be a stepdad? It would be no disrespect to him, you know, because I have heard people say, my dad, my stepdad, my dad, my bonus dad, my spiritual dad, you know. So it's like, you know, you couldn't bend the father figure that he was asking for, because apparently at one point he was living with you. You know, I mean, if I ever end up with a guy who has children, you know, I wouldn't care about them referring to me as a stepmom or bonus mom, or, you know. So I'll be okay with that. Just knowing that I know I'm not the primary mom. I'm like an additional mom, or added support system, or, you know, that's what it would be. So, you know, if that ever happens, I already know your mom is your priority. You know, I'm just added my own bonus here, but I just thought that was crazy. And I think Monique, you know, kind of shot herself in the foot with some things. God bless her. It's obviously she's still hurt. There's a lot of hurt still there, a lot of anger. Yeah, and I think she fumbled that bag. You know, they say she stopped the bag, but you kind of fumble the bag. Sometimes it's a song that says you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. And then it's a saying, you got to know how to go along to get along. So my thing is, if this all boiled down to you going to promote pressures or whatnot, let's just say that wasn't long term. It was gonna be over. It was gonna be over. Like, you do the promotion all the way up to the time it's time to come out. But the way it supposed to been set up, once she won that Oscar, the stuff supposed to just flowed for her. She supposed to just been getting all types of stuff left and right after that. So, you know, you got to just know to go along to get along sometimes. So, and sometimes you had to know when to bite the bullet on some things. You know, I'm not saying, you know, do anything to compromise your integrity, your character. But I'm just saying, sometimes you got to bite the bullet and get through it just to, you know, make it. And like some people feel like Taraji Henderson messed up some of the funds for The Color Purple, because she actually had people say, well, if that went down, I'm not going to support it. Oh, there's all this negativity that stops some sales there. So moving forward, you could have just waited to say all what you said. Like, let the movie come out, let the numbers hit, then go back and complain. But, you know, some people feel like she put a monkey wrench in what they was trying to do with The Color Purple. Like, she kind of slowed their sales. Like, they jumped off, but they didn't jump off in the capacity as they thought they would have had jumped off. So, yeah. So that's something to think about there. But you gotta know how to play the game. Sometimes you gotta shut up, bite the bullet, and then get what you gotta get. Then go file your grievances. You know, so, but there's a time and place for everything. Just gotta know the timing of things. So that was kind of interesting. I'm trying to think what else. You know, it was controversial with Jay-Z comments about Beyonce. You know, but some people may argue like Beyonce got all them damn Grammys. Okay, she don't got album of the year. Okay. But hey, you know, it is, hey, some people want it all. So yeah, Grammys, P. Diddy, he's still in trial. He's in trial now. I don't know if it's trial, but I know some young lady filed a lawsuit against him saying that some things went down with her while she was underage. And I guess the thing now is like, why is it coming out now? I'm like, because they said 2024 was going to be the year of exposure, where it started in 2023. But I think what happened is Diddy was able to cover up a lot of the things he done. And maybe some money ran out, or some people got some faith and courage. So, but lies and deceit are being exposed. Like, well, how are you all the way over there? You need to come closer. You are in the way. You are in the way. So, yeah. So, I'm just gonna... Are you parked? Okay, what are you doing? I said, I'm just gonna sit back and watch all this unfold, because, you know, there's a lot of people saying Diddy was not a nice guy and all that. So it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, going home, the drive home is totally different. So, but today is Wednesday. I do notice it's more traffic on Wednesdays. So, my end days are Wednesdays and Fridays. Only got 2 more weeks of the Fridays, and then I'm done, because my class is done. I taught like an 8-week course. So I was coming in on, because the class meets on Fridays for like an hour and 50 minutes. So I switched my in-office day to count as one of the days being Fridays. And normally it's Wednesdays and Thursdays. Knock it out, middle of the week, done. But yeah, so only got 2 more weeks of this, and we'll be back to our regular scheduled program. So yeah, but I don't complain. I tell people I don't complain. I'm on a hybrid schedule. I have the pleasure of working from home and, you know, working in person. So I like it, you know. So my commute is not stressful, because at one point it was when I was driving to Indiana. I had high anxiety driving to and from work. So, yeah, I don't have that anymore. But I don't complain about my commute. It's not bad. So it's not bad. I don't have the expressway anxiety to deal with if I don't, So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just learning to take my wins, when I can. So everything is not a battle. Everything is not, yeah. So, well, I think that's it. This video is about 25 plus minutes, but I'll stop there. So that was just some things that was on my brain and getting off. So like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. Peace out.